Hey bro, think you have what it takes to be the hardest turret-pushing, stutter-stepping, gun-toting hero on the fold? Think again. It takes some serious training, years of operational experience, and a pair of stones bigger than I can even think of. Well, Cupcake, if you don't know who we're talking about yet, keep watching as Jeff from the Halcyon Masters teaches you the story behind Saw. Saw's a simple man, but as a soldier, he's dedicated to his craft, and nothing speaks to his dedication more than his field workout. He fills ammo cans with sands for basic curls, rows, and bench press, bro. He uses the turret gun to do pull-ups. His gun's the perfect weight for some serious military presses. Will you think his workout's all about upper body? Saw knows you don't skip leg day. For squats, he really does something truly impressive. He'll knock down a tree, put a beautiful woman or two on each end, and rep it out. And don't even forget to do some high-intensity training. And there's no better training partner than those little minions. First you gotta catch one of those buggers though. But don't even think about going after one of those small ones, unless you're soft. You gotta go after the big guy. Catch him, lift him, throw him, repeat. Saw versus the Leviathan. At the stroke of midnight, Saw will become a civilian, as his discharge papers were filed and approved. His weapon and armor were returned, and now the soldier stands in an alleyway with one hand up on the wall as he relieves himself, and we're not talking about a relief from duty. He was in the city to gain passage home, even though no one was waiting for him. This was no ordinary night. Earthquakes sent massive waves into the harbor. People screamed as their houses crumbled and fires erupted. To Saw, danger was danger, and all danger either required running or fighting. So he dropped his backpack, zipped up his fly, and walked straight towards the harbor. The closer Saw walked to the water's edge, the thicker the smoke got. It burned his eyes and lungs until he pulled the mask off a fallen peacekeeper. Right after, a whale literally flew over his head. This was no normal seismic activity, and while visibility was limited, he found his way to the harbor's wall and climbed it for a better view. A short distance into the harbor, a giant fissure opened up beneath the bay and water reverse flow and poured into the giant hole. Surveying the scene, Saw caught an outline of a giant arm or tentacle emerge from the fissure. These were the tentacles of a massive Leviathan. A fleet of airships descended from the sky and unloaded their entire ordnance on the monster with limited effect. An airship got too close to the beast and its tentacles burst skyward and brought it down. Saw ran towards the wreckage to help the crew, and on the deck of the airship was a dislodged automatic weapon. He kicked it off its mount, pulled it up, and turned around only to find himself eye to eye with the massive churn beast. Saw, not one to run from a fight, spun up his new weapon and fired its explosive shells down the throat of the monster. The beast spasmed, whined, and then retreated underwater. After a short pause, the beast lurched forward, and all Saw could do was lay down as many bullets as his gun would discharge. Saw thought to himself that holding a big freaking gun and fighting a big freaking monster was not a bad way to die. Just before all hope was lost, a rope dropped down from an airship above. Apparently, the world was not done with him yet. Well, Mr. Mayor, it appears we've drawn a crowd with this little misunderstanding. You had a problem with a beast, hired me, I took care of it, and now you're refusing to pay. Let me explain how it went down. I fixed on the target's position just outside of town. It used the trees for cover and jumped out at me from 10 meters up. The enemy appeared to be some female human hybrid cat. Mr. Mayor, I see you staring at my massive biceps. The reason you could see them is because the sleeves on my shirt were ripped clean off. Well, she got close, but she also got a big burn from the muzzle of my gun. That sent her running into the forest. I laid down a thick suppressing fire, then loaded good old Gracie here with exploding shells and let her rip. Nothing could survive, and for 72 hours the beast in question has not surfaced. My mission was to eliminate the monster that had been tearing up your jungle treehouse town. You never specified that it had to be a hush operation. I delivered on my promise. And that, Mr. Mayor, is why you are in a chokehold pending payment to me in the amount of 500 gold or the equivalent crystal. That is the story of Saw. He's a meathead former soldier that carries around an airplane gun named Gracie that can be hired to take on any job. I assume danger, gold, the realization that he did not kill Koshka is what brings Saw to the Halcyon fold. Now drop and give me 20, and if you're too weak to do that, take your puny little index finger and press the subscribe and the like button. Seriously though, press the subscribe and like button. It really does help us unlock the content needed to bring you these great stories. On behalf of the Halcyon Masters, I want to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the Halcyon Full, bro.